Mariners baseball on Root Sports brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting comedian and star of the hit TV show Mike and Molly, Billy Gardell, August 10th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Needle in the background there, aquarium off there to the left, and the pen right here. Welcome out to center field. It's Brad Adam with you, getting you set for Game 2 of the 4-game series weekend set with the Kansas City Royals. Up to the booth, gentlemen, calling the game. It is our good friends Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and guys, starting pitching has been nails, very consistent these last 8 games.
Mariners really hanging their hat on that one, Brad, for sure. Good evening, everybody. And the Mariner pitching, it's something that has brought a smile to the faces of management here, the coaching staff. Look at what these guys have done the last 8 games.
It's really been strong for them. Innings pitched, 7 innings, ERA at a 1.79, opponents average 2.27. The numbers are just outstanding for them. That has been a strength for this club. And go to Blake Bevan and what he did in his last outing. It was also strong against the Rays in Tampa. Not an easy place to pitch, but Blake had it all working, going 8 innings, giving up just 1 earned run. I like the fact that he mixed in his curveball more, threw enough changeups to keep him on, and then locating the fastball is always the biggest key for Blake. His fastball around 92 miles an hour, and then he can use his off-speed pitches. But Mariners are hoping he can go back-to-back now. They need to see some consistency from Blake.
At the end of the game, the Mariners have been fortunate to get to a guy named Tom Wilhelmsen, and the bartender has made a name for himself. He saved 12 out of 14 games, and his stuff gets better every time out.
Well, you look at it, most closers are a 2-pitch pitcher, an overpowering fastball, and then they have some sort of off-speed pitch. Tom uses the curveball effectively, but now he's come up with a changeup, and it's just been devastating against left-handed hitters.
What a weapon he has become for the Mariners as tonight they try to get Game 2 of the series against the Kansas City Royals. A lot of success so far. 4 out of 5 they've taken. They've swung the bat against this Kansas City pitching staff. They've taken no prisoners. Try to keep it going. It's the Royals and the Mariners' first pitch straight ahead. Cloudy conditions here in Seattle this evening at Safeco Field. Nonetheless, still an excellent night for baseball. Welcome, everybody, as the Mariners play Game 2 against the Kansas City Royals. We're glad you're with us here on Root Sports. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. And tonight, Blake Bevan goes after the Kansas City Royals for the second time. He'll be opposed by Jeremy Guthrie, young man from the great state of Oregon. And let's take a look at the Kansas City Royals batting order that will face Blake Bevan.
This is a solid hitting club, fourth in the league in hitting. Gordon will lead things off, and it's Escobar Kane. Last night, the Royals just 2 hits, both of them coming to Billy Butler. A couple of doubles for Butler in last night's game. This was Moustakas, Perez, Francoeur, Hosmer, and Chris Getz did not start last night, getting the start tonight at second base and hitting ninth. Numbers for Bevan, 5.5 ERA for him. Early on, he had struggled, but again, his last outing, 8 innings pitched, only 1 earned run. So look for his curveball today and his changeup, but more than anything, he has to be able to spot his fastball. Take a look at the defense for the Mariners in tonight's game. Out in the outfield and left field, you have Casper Wells. Saunders is in center. Carlos Figueroa with a double. Last night he is in right field. And on the infield, it's Seager at third. Ryan Ackman playing up the middle. Mike Karp, good to see him with 3 hits last night, playing first base again tonight. And then John Jaso gets the call behind the plate. Last start for Blake Bevan. We've been talking about it, and we want to see some consistency out of that. But it was a good one. 8 innings pitched, only 4 hits. You can see the 1 earned run, the big key. No walks for Blake through 101 pitches, so he was efficient to get through 8 innings.
Blake on the heels of Jason Vargas, who threw a marvelous game last night. Vargas going 8 innings of 1 hit, 1 run ball, walked 3, struck out 5, holding down this Kansas City ball club. That's 4th in batting average in the American League. Alex Gordon going to lead it off. Had a hitting streak end last night with an 0 for 3. Here's Bevan's first pitch in there for called strike 1. Doug Eddings barking out the balls and strikes tonight. Jordan Baker at first, Lance Barrett at second, and Dana DeMuth at third. 5-game hitting streak of Gordon came to an end last night. Strike 2. 66 degrees here in Seattle, and the wind barely perceptible out of the south at 2 miles an hour.
See Blake first 2 fastballs using both sides of the plate, both of them on the corner. Wasted that last pitch. See if he can get a swing on a pitch out of the strike zone. See what he comes with here.
1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Gordon having an outstanding year, leads the American League in doubles. Tied for 9th in walks at 52 with Minnesota's Josh Willingham. 4th in hits with 116.
And he's been a hot hitter lately, hitting .412 over his last 16 games.
Ground ball. Ryan has to range to his left. And nice play. Right, I should say, to his right to make the play. That's a nice one. He was playing up the middle.
Expecting Gordon to pull the ball. Take a look at Brandon League. Still leads all shortstop with a .992 fielding percentage. Ultimate zone rating off the chart. And it's because of plays like he just made. Slicing this ball back to the hole. Backhanded play, gets rid of it quickly. Accurate throwing arm, and easy play for Karp over at first.
Right, young shortstop Alcides Escobar. 1 out. Down low, Escobar 0 for 4 last night. He's been on a slump. 4 games of this road trip, 2 for 17.
Having a solid year overall. 302 average for him. Has 23 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 home runs. 15 stolen bases for Escobar, so you want to make him earn it if he's going to get on.
(1-1) from Bevan.
The Royals don't run a lot. They're 9th in the league in stolen bases, but Escobar certainly one of the guys they have in their lineup that will run. Kane can run. Keep an eye on Getz.
Can't say enough about the work of Vargas last night. 2 hits, both to Billy Butler. Look out. Oof.
Yeah, for Vargas, actually 1 hit that he gave up. Butler had the only
That's
2 hits more. There was
yeah.
1 he had off of Tom Wilhelmsen, which was a bit of a shock. We haven't seen anybody hit Tom in quite a while.
97 going the other way. That's right. last at bat. It's in the 9th inning, so Vargas will try to one hit. Make sure you give him proper credit. 2-2. Broken bat looper in front of Peguero for a base hit. Let's check in with Jen Mueller.
Well, Dave, baseball's trade deadline is Tuesday, but the Brewers waste no time in trading their ace, Zach Greinke. News coming down just a couple of hours ago that he has been sent to the Angels in exchange for 3 prospects. Greinke is 9-3 this year with a 3.44 ERA. He is scheduled to be a free agent at the end of the year. Dave, this is not the news the Mariners want for any number of reasons, but mainly because you guys are heading there in a couple of weeks.
They are the back engine of our next road trip, which goes New York, Yankees, Baltimore, and the Angels. There's where the Angels set right now in the American League West. The question will be, can they sign Greinke long term? And a lot of the writers that I was reading before the game were speculating that that deal was made contingent on Greinke verbally agreeing to signing a contract extension once this year is out, which would make sense. And Artie Moreno's known to have deep pockets, willing to spend. Gobbled up by Seager. Well done. Mariners around the horn to end the 1st inning. Lorenzo Cain stung it, but it was vacuumed up by Seager. A 5-4-3 double play gets Bevan out of any potential trouble. Mariners coming to bat. Last night at this time, Dustin Ackley was looking to break an 0 for 20, and he did in resounding fashion. Couple of balls at. He said, listen, I hit them the way they're supposed to be hit. And he did. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for the Mariners.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. It'll be Ackley with his 2 hits. Saunders, Montero. You see what Montero's done against Kansas City this year, the DH hitting 3rd. Then it's Karp. Karp, the hitting star last night, hitting 7th tonight. 3 hits for him, driving in 2 runs. Peguero with a double and an RBI, and Brendan Ryan rounding out the 9.
Pitch from Jeremy Guthrie's in there, a strike. Young man from Roseburg, Oregon. 0-1 since coming over last week from Colorado. Mariners had beaten him earlier this year. Interleague action in Denver. This is Guthrie's 11th start against the Mariners.
You see what he's done this year. It's been a struggle for him. ERA over 6, 49 strikeouts to 34 walks. So that's not a good split for him. He has a good fastball, though. He'll be 93 to 95 miles an hour. Use a slider and a changeup.
Guthrie went over to Kansas City last Friday. Some foul back. Remember last week we had seen Jonathan Sanchez, and he was sent to Colorado in the deal. Mariners beat Guthrie back on May 20. Guthrie went 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Gave up 3 home runs in that game. Saunders awaits. How about the Mariner offense last night, the bottom part of the order? Spots 6 through 9, picked up 7 of the Mariners' 11 hits. Welcome back ground ball to Getz at second base tonight.
Look at the defense for the Royals in tonight's game. In the outfield, Alex Gordon with a Gold Glove last year. He is in left. Kane just off the DL in center field. Frank Gore out in right. And on the infield, Moustakas at third baseman, Escobar and Getz. A lot of range up the middle for the Royals. Eric Hosmer, the good-looking rookie from last year, is at first base. Salvador Perez will do the catching. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I did today being down on the field how big Perez is, the catcher.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you were on the other side of the cage. I was opposite you, and I was thinking the exact same thing. That's a big kid.
Yeah.
And I talked to Kevin Seitzer, the hitting coach. Young man, 21, 22 years old. He signed him at 16, signed him to an 8-year contract. And locked him up. Great kid, calls a great game. Tremendous disposition, handles. I mean, he checks out on everything you could want for a catcher.
And the one thing that we've seen in the 5 games they've played is he will put the barrel on the baseball. Off to a great start for the Royals.
Ground ball off the bat of Saunders.
Wow.
Hosmer took it for granted. Saunders swooping in.
Not sure why Hosmer decided not to flip the ball over to Guthrie. It looked like Guthrie was able to get off the mound in good shape, but he thought he would beat Michael in a foot race. And we'll take another look at it. And it looks like he did beat him, but Saunders gets the call. It'll be an infield hit for Michael Saunders.
First catch or break, they'll take it. First base umpire Jordan Baker. The Mariners can capitalize. There's Montero. Runner goes, swung on down the line, but foul.
Too bad that Montero didn't notice Michael Saunders running on that pitch. It was the first pitch to him, and he had a great jump on it. I think he steals that base easy.
Saunders with 14 stolen bases, leads the club in that category. Second is Ackley with 11. Montero had yesterday off. Last time on the field a couple of nights ago against the Yankees on Wednesday. With 1 for 4 first inning base hit and a run scored.
Similar pattern so far, Dave, to Montero. We've seen this over the last few weeks. And that is the right-handed pitcher throwing the fastball in early in the count and then expanding his zone with the slider. That's a slider that he should probably hit hard. It's right there in the middle of the plate. Guthrie ahead in the count, so I would assume he'll throw a couple of pitches off the plate away. See if Montero will chase it.
2-2. Guthrie, a 22nd pick in the first round by Cleveland in 2002, coming out of Stanford University. With Cleveland, 04, 5, and 6. Wedge and company. And off to Baltimore for a few years. Double-digit winning seasons in Baltimore, 08, 09, and 10. Opening day started 3 of the 4 years there. Two pitch. Saunders goes. Swung on and over the head of the shortstop in the left field. Saunders will cruise into third base. Mariners brewing something here. First and third, 1 out here in the first inning.
In Montero staying with the hot hitting against the Royals. This is a slider, and the pitch is down and away. Great job of Montero. You take a look at our McDonald's Supermo. Montero going down to dig this pitch out. Solid line drive over the head of Escobar, the shortstop. Dave mentioned with Saunders running on the play. He cruises into third.
John Jaso doing the catching tonight. He was the DH last night. Went 1 for 3.
Jaso hitting .288 overall on the season. Over his last 35 games, so a pretty good sample of Jason hitting .330 over that time.
Best batting average on the club.
See what he was doing a year ago. Drastically improving his numbers.
High fly ball, deep right field. That's got a lot of carry. Goodbye. 3-run homer, John Jaso, and another early explosion offensively by the Mariners. John Jaso with his 5th home run runs his RBI total to 29. And the Mariners continue to pound Kansas City pitching.
And also take advantage of a break. Saunders called safe at first, and Montero follows up with a hit. Misses with the first pitch, and here's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Middle of the plate. Jaso gives it a ride for his 5th home run of the season. Typically with runners in scoring position, he will be aggressive, and he was that time, and it paid off for him.
It's the Mariners. Home run number 85. They're 13th in the American League. Here's Kyle Seager. Jason, 358 feet. Here's another line drive, right field. Frank Crowe can't get that one. He cuts it off.
Something that we saw on the road trip in Kansas City. Early offense for the Mariners. We're talking about Guthrie had been struggling this year, but 18 pitches for him now to record just 1 out.
4 straight hits.
There have been some line drives hit in this inning already. Montero, Jaso with the home run, and then that line drive out to right field. Pitching coach Dave Island having a conversation with Guthrie.
The fact that Jaso was aggressive in a 3-0 count. Worked by him. And how about we saw the same thing from Kansas City last night. Billy Butler drove in their only run. 3-0 count. 4th inning against Vargas. There's Casper Wells. Wells batted 3rd last night, went 1 for 5. Off the end of the bat, shortstop taking charge. It's Escobar for out number 2.
I want to bring up last night's hitting star, Mike Karp. Karp with 3 base hits last night, drove in 2 runs and scored a run. Ended up 3 for 4 on the evening.
Karp looking to regain the form he showed back in August last year, Rookie of the Month. Clouds starting to break up, a little bit of sunshine breaking through. One. That home run given up by Guthrie. That's a 22nd home run he's given up this season. 2nd with Kansas City.
They're getting some aggressive swings on his fastball. His fastball's been 93 to 95 miles an hour, but guy's eyes pitch. Last fastball in the middle of the plate to Karp, and he missed it.
That'll get down, base hit. Seager will hold at second. Lorenzo Keane gets it back in. Fifth hit this inning for the Mariners. Except Carlos Figueroa batting in the 8-hole.
Inside out swing. We saw this from Mike last night, trying to hit the ball back up the middle of the field. Slices a line drive into center field with that. I'll bring up Figueroa. Figueroa with a double last night. Hit the ball hard down the first baseline for a double and an RBI. Figueroa only 35 at bats on the year.
Chambliss wanting Figueroa to attack on those pitches below the belt. We've seen him be vulnerable to pitches above the belt. He's been chasing those since he's been recalled. John Jaso with a 3-run homer. Good count here for Figueroa, 2-0.
Back with a changeup, 2-0. Mariners swinging the bats. They really beat up on the pitching of Kansas City in Kansas City. Scored 4 runs last night, as Dave mentioned. It's bottom of the order doing the work. Off to a good start again. Chris Chambliss. Yeah, I asked him today. I said, "How you doing today, Chris?" He said, "Much better, thank you." Good answer.
You know it. Boys banged out 11 hits last night.
Well, I think in a couple of them that he's been working hard with. Ackley with 2 hits, swung the bat well, and of course Carp is going to be playing first every day now with 3 base hits.
Mariners probably are thinking about, hey, can you Kansas City guys stick around for a while? But Mariners hitting .324 in 5 games against Kansas City.
Yeah, and that last pitch right there, Dave, is exactly what you were talking about. Pitches that are down in the zone. That's a perfect area for Figueroa to cover. We've seen him fouling some of those pitches off. He's going to have to get to the point to where he's covering them.
Two. Just work the count full. Brendan Ryan's on deck. 2 outs, 3 in, 2 runners on. Figueroa's the 8th man to the plate here in the first inning. Ooh, strike 3 called as the runners are moving. Good inning nonetheless for the Mariners. A 3-run homer by John Jaso. And again, early offense, the big story here for the Mariners against Kansas City Royals. Jaso, they leaned into that one. The Mariners have a 3-0 lead. inning. Join the Mariners tomorrow afternoon. We're going to honor two legends in Mariners history, Randy Johnson and Dan Wilson. They're going to be inducted as the newest members of the Mariners Hall of Fame. The Mariners will be taking on these Royals at 1:10. Special pregame induction ceremony starts at 12:30. Two legends, one game, Mariners Hall of Fame Day. Tickets at mariners.com. Great luncheon today with the two honorees. Safeco Field, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good to see some of the guys. Really enjoyed seeing Lee Elia again. Flew all the way from Tampa for the luncheon today. So it was great to see Lee.
Billy Butler leads off. Butler with the only hit off of Vargas last night. Billy said he was very impressed with Butler, as was Kevin Seitzer, the hitting coach. Said the changeup, the left-handers, which we talk about all the time. He had the fastball working, and he said the changeup, and Seitzer said his ability to get it about 3 inches offside and put that doubt in your mind, and guys are waving at it and off balance and everything. Says, if the Mariners were thinking about doing something with the guy, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Well, they certainly could use the pitching help, let's say that. So I think with Vargas, yeah, there are a number of clubs that would like to have him.
Oh, what? Good for him.
Yeah, he's been pitching well.
Vargas, his record up to 11-7. Got his ERA down 3.76.
Jason's comments after the game when that question came to him, I thought was great, and it was basically, this is home for me. This is where I got my real chance to pitch, and he likes being here. So I think that says volumes of what his thoughts are.
Yep. Butler can really hit, can he?
Yeah, it's better to pitch with him with nobody on base.
Yeah, we've seen that. Billy coming into tonight's game as the home run and RBI leader.
Great shot, inside out swing. Tried to go with a fastball in on his hands, probably almost off the plate, and able to hit it back up the middle. Every hitting coach I've ever had they've always told me there's a lot of hits up the middle of the field.
So stop trying to pull the ball.
Hey, there you go. It's a big field out there.
Yeah,
use
right?
all of it.
It's not like I was playing back in little narrow streets in North Philadelphia. You had one place to hit it. We used to play half ball because if you hit it the other side, it's an out.
Right.
So,
yeah, right field's closed today.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, boy, you've probably spoken to more hitting coaches than I have, but I've spoken to a lot, and they all say that. That's the first or second thing they say.
Well, you can look at guys' success, and we've seen that with Carpenter last night and already tonight. Wow.
That one bounces over. Jaso down to second goes Butler.
But they'll talk about the middle of the field, and you see Carp, who had struggled. Granted, he hasn't been healthy, but 3 hits last night, already a base hit tonight, and it's back up the middle of the field. And I thought his last at bat was a great example of that. That was a pitch inside, and he's able to do exactly what Butler did right there, keep his hands inside and hit the line drive back up the middle of the field, as opposed to rolling over on it and hitting a ground ball at somebody. Now, that being said, it sounds simple, but it's not. It's a difficult thing to do.
And both of those guys are strong enough. They didn't barrel it, but they're strong enough that they got it out there.
Right.
Billy's was hit a little bit harder, and Kirby had a couple of hits like that last night. 1-1. Wow, another one. Wild pitch. Down to third goes Butler. Squeezing it a little bit too tight.
Bounced a couple of breaking balls. Jaso not able to keep it in front of him. We'll take a look at this last one, see where it goes. Off the side of his arm. Just a little bit late on his shift. You'd like to see that hit him in the chest protector if it can. And talk about that inside out swing. One of the best I've ever seen. Was at the banquet today or at the luncheon today, and Edgar Martinez worked at it.
Scary
constantly.
good at that.
Yes.
And a swing and a foul ball right into Jaso's glove. 2-2. Was that you and I think Junior were telling me about some of the drills. What were some of the drills he used to use?
He had a lot of them. I just like the way he take his batting practice. His first round, they have that screen set up to protect the guys that are over taking throws from the infielders at first.
Stockis pops one up. Playable for Seager. Important out. Now's your chance to ask Mike anything you want. Tweet your questions to @RootSports_NW. We'll answer some of those questions later on in the game. Used to pepper that screen.
His first few rounds, he would just hit line drives into the screen, then work his way around the field. But that was one of the things, and he would do that constantly. But I saw this guy, I don't know if anybody has ever seen it, but just the regular donut that you'd put on your bat to get loose. You see the guys on the on-deck circuit. He used to put that thing on and take batting practice to get his hands moving forward, to keep his hands in front of the barrel so he didn't roll over on it. And I just think that's pretty scary. If it hits that donut, it can ricochet anywhere. But again, one of the greatest ever. He'd square it up with a donut on his bat.
That's some serious eye-hand coordination. Look at Salvador Perez, the catcher.
For those kids out there that get tired of hitting off of the tee, which I can understand at times, nobody hit off the tee more than Edgar Martinez. He wore that thing out.
You said that Mattingly was in that department, maybe not quite as much as Edgar, but
he was more in the toss drills.
Yeah, okay.
Sit off to the side and flip it underhand to him and then let him do his thing that way. But Edgar was more on the tee.
It's a good point to youngsters. It never gets old. Don't get bored with it.
I hear it from my boys all the time. Throw more BP. Throw more BP.
Flip shot. Figueroa, big man runs it down. Butler to home plate, and he'll score. But that's a fine play by Figueroa. Make the catch for the second out. Perez with an RBI and a sac fly. It's his 10th run batted in.
I was saying it last night with Figueroa, getting a chance to play every day. He's not just a big, powerful man, but he's fast. He has a strong arm. He's just a really good athlete. He can do a lot of things, and we're going to find out how much he can do over the next couple of months. I think he's going to get the bulk of the playing time in right field.
Figueroa, big kid. A couple of people, Kansas City, both club were saying, boy, he'd be a heck of a tight end. I said, yeah, he's been born in this country. He probably very well might be. Look at Jeff Francoeur behind 0-2. I mean, we have now seen Figueroa go first to third a few times last year, a few times this year. It's impressive.
Well, even last night to watch him run from first to second on his double, he hit the ball hard down the line. It was ricocheting off the wall down there before he was out of the batter's box. They knew he had to run hard because Francoeur, one of the better throwers in life, and he was able to get around no problem.
Figueroa out of the Dominican Republic.
Big thing is, again, for him, just putting the ball in play a little bit more, not missing pitches early in counts. And once he starts doing that, I think we'll see some success for Carlos. He's definitely put up some numbers in AAA. He has nothing to prove there.
0-2 to Francoeur. Outside, you can hear it. Doug Edding say ball outside. Francoeur 0 for 3, couple strikeouts last evening.
And you can see that last pitch just missed the outside corner. It's a better pitch than the one he run Carlos Figueroa up on.
Held on by Jason, and that'll do it. A couple of wild pitches cost Blake Bevan. Kansas City gets on the board. It's 3-1 Mariners. Idaho. This is just north of Boise on the Payette River. Glad to have those folks with us, and we'd like to welcome rural telephone subscribers from Glens Ferry, Idaho. Thank you for rooting on the Seattle Mariners. All of us here at Root Sports and the Mariners appreciate your support. Glens Ferry in the Snake River Plain. There's a base hit to left under the glove of the third baseman Moustakis by Brendan Ryan. Snake River Plain upstream from Boise.
Mariners staying aggressive on the fastball. First pitch fastball to Brendan, hits it by Moustakis, the diving third baseman. So another base hit for the Mariners. 6 base hits already. We're only in the second inning. So the top spin of that ball just out of the reach of Moustakis.
Top of the order here, Zackley. Dug out nicely by Perez. This is the 11th start by Jeremy Guthrie against the Mariners. He's got a record of 2-6 against the Mariners. 0-1 this year, 0-1 last year. Zackley first time up, grounded out the second.
We're seeing a number of 4-seam fastballs from Guthrie in the first. Now he's going to the 2-seamer, trying to sink the ball a little bit more, taking some velocity off of it.
Come on, Ackley.
Strike 2-1. Two hits last night, with the first 2 hits in the homestand for Dusty. The 3-1 count. Minnesota at home tonight just wore out Cleveland 11-0. Well stroked, deep right field, line drive, 1-hop base of the fence. Ryan to third, getting a big wave on. He should be able to make it. Ackley slams on the brakes. He's got an RBI double, and the Mariners lead it 4-1. Dustin Ackley's bat coming to life. That's his 15th double, his 28th RBI. Ryan scoring all the way from first base.
And this ball is hit hard. Fastball down, but in the middle of the plate, and he goes down and rifles it into the gap in right center field. Watching him take batting practice today. A lot of line drives coming off of his bat. That's a great sound right there, isn't it?
Yeah, just like last night. I mean, the first 2, remember, first pitch last night, I think he said he hit the second pitch in the second at bat. Saunders shows bunt. Takes a ball. Yeah, we've been, we figured, what are we on, about 4-5 weeks waiting for Ackley to get back to where he was. Down the line and foul. Saunders an infield hit his first time. Gordon on the ball of fan. Good wheels, good arms in this outfield. Gordon Keane and Frank Core. 1-2. Guthrie started his college career at BYU. Had come out of high school as an everything in Roseburg, Oregon, as a quarterback on a Mormon mission, and then when that was over, transferred to Stanford. Saunders has a 2-2 count with Ackley at second base. Nobody out. A run in. Tell you what, we were talking earlier about how good he is beyond the dish. As you look at Montero, for a big man, very similar to Kurt Suzuki, who's very good at blocking the ball, keeping it in front. I mean, for a bigger guy, that's even more impressive. Suzuki's 5'10". This kid is about 6'2".
He has good feet back there. And the other thing that he does, he'll turn his body, get an angle. Good at bat by Saunders. Hit the ball hard right at the second baseman gets, but with nobody out, he'll move Ackley up to third. But he angles his body around, just smothers the ball in front of him.
It doesn't bounce left, right, hard either way. And high fives in the dugout for Michael Saunders with that productive out to get Ackley down to third. Montero's the hitter, got a base hit to left first time. That's what I thought, yeah. Just missed. Yeah, barely missed Montero. And
I don't think it missed him at all.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's taking his gear off.
Yeah, gets him in the ribs. They hit the hand of Eddings.
His shirt. Yeah, the catcher ducking. And then they got a piece of the umpire.
That'll bring up Jaso. Jaso came up with a couple of runners on in the first inning and hit a 3-run home run, his 5th homer of the year.
On the cleanup, man. Looks at a strike. Mariners got 3 runs on 5 hits and left 2 men aboard in the first inning. You got a run in, 2 runners on now. Runners galore. As Tieford's warming up. Everett Tieford. Ball left field. Tagging is Ackley. Gordon sets up. And he will throw to second. Jaso gets the job done again. A sacrifice fly. Now 5-1 Mariners. 4 RBI night. 2 at bats here for John Jaso.
And a good at bat for Jaso. Getting a pitch up in the zone. Something that he can get elevated to the outfield.
So 2 outs with Montero at first base.
Bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle with a solid line drive into right field. His first time up for a base hit. Guthrie's having to throw a lot of pitches with 2 outs here in the second inning. He's already thrown 46 pitches.
Back with a strike, 1-1.
Hasn't had a good feel for his breaking ball. His best pitch has been his changeup tonight.
Breaking ball got away from him. Not a model of efficiency at all through 2. Ran 1 to Seager. Bring it 2. Mariners have 5 runs on 7 hits. 2 outs here in the second. Off to Seager. Montero runs, pitch fouled off.
Now spoiling a pretty good pitch from Guthrie. It looked like it was just off the plate away. Good running fastball.
Do it again at 3-2. Montero takes off, and Seager strikes out. That'll do it for the Mariners. John Jaso having a night. 2 at-bats. He's driven in 4 of the Mariners' 5 runs. It's 5-1 Seattle. To the third, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Eric Hosmer leads it off. First baseman for the Royals. Line drive right at Ackley, 1 out. Here's Jen Mueller.
Hey guys, here we are at the Ford Sports Desk. Ichiro jumping right into that Yankees-Red Sox tradition tonight in the Bronx. In the first at-bat, Ichiro gets a nice ovation from the crowd, and in his second at-bat, he gets this one, rips it into right field. That is his first hit at Yankee Stadium as a Yankee. Russell Martin follows it up with a 2-run blast. The Yankees win 10-3. It is our Sterling Bank score from around the league. Dave?
Bruce Granderson with a grand slam in the 8th inning really helped blow that one open. Thanks, Jen. 5-1. Here the Mariners leading Kansas City. There's Chris Getz batting in the 9-hole, their second baseman. To left field. Coming on Wells. Nice play. Hey, some athlete, huh?
I didn't think he was going to get there. Ball was dying in a hurry. Take a look at our Home Depot doing more on defense. As Casper comes in, the concentration really covered a lot of ground. Goes into the slide. Good play.
Great closing speed. Back to the top of the order, and Alex Gordon. Wells acquitting himself on a nightly basis quite well as an outfielder. Whether it be principally now in left field. Eric Witt saying that Figueroa did most of his work in the minor leagues down in right field. That's why he has him there, but has no problem switching him up on occasion.
seen him play center field a couple of times, and he's been fine out in center field.
Yeah, he has been talking about Wells. Yeah, absolutely. The days they've given Saunders a day off, sure. Alex Gordon grounded out to shortstop, open up the ball game. Knocks the mask almost off of John Jaso.
Spun it around his head.
Linda Blaired it, didn't he?
Take a look at Jaso doing some work. That one right there. Spinning him around a little bit.
Strike 2 to Gordon. Bevan getting great run support. 3 runs in the first and 2 more in the second. Swing and miss. Boys put 2 on the board. He comes out, throws up a 1-2-3 in the third. Well done by Blake Bevan, who leads 5-1. Game 2 against Kansas City in a Regal showdown. It's taking center stage, Safeco Field Diamond on Sunday. King Felix and the Mariners square off against these Royals at 110, and for $30 you can sit in the King's Court. You'll get a free t-shirt and a key card. Cheer on the Mariners ace as he looks to joust with these Royals when you pick up your tickets at King's Court, Mariners.com/Felix. This is the weekend in which Randy Johnson and Dan Wilson are going into the Mariners Hall of Fame. First guy to do so. He's with us right now, Mr. Mariner, Alvin Davis. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Great day. Good to see you too.
Good to have you at the banquet, at the luncheon this afternoon. You said some great words about having played with and against, particularly Randy Johnson. He and Dan Wilson back in the day.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's great to see Randy come over from Montreal and see him come into his own, throwing that first no-hitter back in 1990. Got to admire Dan a little bit from afar. Come up making visits, but seeing him play on TV and admire the way he played the game, the way he handled the staff, and just the life, the energy, the leadership that he brought to the club.
Bunch of congratulations for you. One, you rejoining the Mariner family the other day as an advisor. I was glad to see that. Tell the folks about your new role.
Yeah, special advisor, special instructor in the minor league and player development, and I'm going to cover High Desert, Peoria, Tacoma, and Everett, the West Coast teams, and do some traveling there, see whatever I can do to help those young hitters mature.
Well, being the first inductee, one of the things I've noticed is you're making a lot of trips to Seattle, which is great for the folks here, but you're going to do this for a long time, being the first guy in.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits, right? I always get to come back.
Can't take it away from me.
No, definitely not. I hope not.
They keep you busy, though, don't they?
Yeah,
You've been busy. We started today, I don't know when it was, about 11:30 this morning, and You've been going ever since.
Yes.
Holding up okay?
I'm holding up fine, you know.
Good.
Just talking about the history and telling stories. You know, us ball players, we're really good at telling stories, bro. So
You're starting to get a pretty good group in there with you.
Absolutely.
Mr. Niehaus and, of course, Edgar, and now these guys. And it's looking like a pretty good ball club.
Yes, your crew, man.
Yeah.
Brought us into championship. I mean, we got a little bit of respectability back in '91, but then, there's a big leap between respectability, playoff caliber, World Series caliber clubs, and that's you guys, man. That's your crew. So it's great to have these guys in the hall.
AL Rookie of the Year, put up some great numbers, Alvin.
Which I was thinking about that earlier when we found out that you were going to come up here and talk to us for a few minutes, but Mariners now, a lot of young kids. You came up, I believe, right from Double-A. Some of the challenges that these guys are dealing with having to hit at this level.
Well, the first thing is you got to figure out if you belong or not. I mean, no matter what your success has been at the lower levels, amateur level, there's just, do I belong with the best of the best? And night in and night out. And those are probably two of the biggest things that you have to learn as a young player. You belong, you can be productive, and then you got to figure out how to do it every day.
Confidence plays a big role in that. From what I can remember, when you showed up, you got off to a great start right away, and I have to believe that helped you out a bunch.
It helped me out a ton, Mike. Not a whole lot of expectations. I was slated to go to AAA that year, getting the call up to the big leagues to fill a roster spot. Pat Putnam and Ken Phelps were trading off at first base, so I didn't expect to play. To come in locked in, to come in hot, but without those expectations. See, and that's another difference, too, is how do you deal with the expectations? If you've been a high draft pick, you've gotten a lot of money to sign, a little bit of pressure on you, got a little monkey on your back, and you got to learn how to play with that monkey on your back.
Well, winning American League Rookie of the Year put a little pressure on you, too, and you seem to handle it fine.
I tried. I heard about the sophomore jinx right after I got the award, so it's like, what is that, The award's not even cool yet. They're talking about the sophomore jinx.
Carp grounds that. The other thing I want to congratulate you on, since the last time we saw you, you beat a bout of prostate cancer. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, Dave. Yeah, I got the diagnosis in January of 2011. So 2011 was about fighting and beating cancer, and thanks to the Lord, everything is going well. Great PSA results since then, and trying to take great care of myself. But
you look great.
All of us guys,
hey, man.
something we got to be aware of.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Here's Peguero. Have you had a chance to see Carlos Peguero swing the bat?
A little bit I have, tremendous potential. I mean, he's a specimen, right, Blow?
Yeah.
I mean, you walk up, you see a guy like him with a bat in his hand, you go, he's got a chance. And, just got to learn the league, figure out his approach, what they're trying to do to him, and I think he'll be fine.
0-2, you hit 3 home runs your first 5 games. Do you remember who you hit them off?
Oh, gosh. Eck, I remember Eck, and then we went to Minnesota. I'm not sure who it was off of. Do you remember that?
No, but I was just like, what I wanted to ask you. I was around, and that was a particular throw. I mean, what a great start.
Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't expecting to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I told I'd be up here for maybe about 10 days. Digger was on the 14-day DL. It was a hairline fracture, and then I'd go back to Salt Lake and pick up where I'd left off, And, you jump in there and hit a couple bombs. And
find a way to get you in there some more, right? One of them was Ron Davis.
Yes.
Had to be a fastball, right?
Yeah, yeah. Ron. Ron was coming right after you.
There's that high heat. Peguero succumbs to that. But, Alvin, congratulations, man. Good to see you.
So always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, guys.
Always great to see you, Alvin.
Mr. Mariner, everybody. Alvin Davis.
Thank you very much.
Take a timeout. Come right back. 5-1 Mariners over the Royals. four-game weekend set. Glad you're with us here in Seattle at Safeco Field. Let's check out our AT&T trivia question. How many North American cities have hosted the Summer Olympics? I take myself out of this one because it was...
No, you're not.
No. I had a discussion with somebody about this earlier, so I can't jump in on this one. But I think you might. I think you're going to do well on this.
I don't think so.
Yeah. How many North American cities have hosted this Summer Olympics? 733-733. And you folks text in, and we've lived through a couple of them. I'll tell you that. Blake Bevan, a couple of strikeouts through the first 3 innings. He had a double play in the first.
I want to say 3, but I'm going to go with 4.
All right. There we go. Get back to that a little bit later. Great to see Alvin Davis, Mr. Mariner. Carp, boy, a little spin on that. Pitcher's fielding practice. Pays off.
It does.
I mean, what was it? We talked about it before. What, Detroit in the World Series a few years ago? 05, I guess it was. Who did they lose to? The Cardinals, I think, in 05-ish, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's, remember, their pitchers. 3 or 4 big plays they don't make.
Yeah.
Double check that here.
When I was playing, I played for some managers where on a play like that, if you missed it, the rest of the staff, pitching staff, is not real happy with it because you know what you're doing the next day? You're out there doing the PFB, and the guys don't want to do that at this time of the year. So you better get over there. I always used to be amazed how they would forget to run.
Stand there and spectate?
Yeah, just watch the play. You're helping yourself out by getting off the mound.
Breaking ball to Lorenzo Cain. In 06, Cardinals beat Detroit 4-1. A lot of bad plays by the pitching staff of the Tigers. Center field coming in is Saunders. Pitching to contact. Bevan doing well here. Some early results.
It's close, 3 or 4.
Yeah. Bring up Billy Butler, 2 outs, nobody on. Royals got their run in the second inning, a sacrifice fly off the bat of Salvador Perez, their catcher. Meanwhile, the Mariners got a 3-run homer in the first inning from John Jason. Strike 1 to Butler. Then they got an RBI double by Ackley and a sacrifice fly by Jason in the second inning. Pitch had some good run on it, 0-2.
And Blake starting to really dial it in with all of his pitches. 43 pitches for Blake, 33 of those for strikes. First pitch strikes, 10 out of the 13 batters he has faced. Those are all numbers that he needs to be at to have success up here. He can't pitch behind in the count and get away with it.
0-2 to Butler. Beauty. Butler spectating. And Kansas City's gone in the 4th for Blake Bevan. That's his 3rd strikeout and has retired 8 in a row. the Kansas City Royals tomorrow afternoon. Mariner legends Randy Johnson and Dan Wilson, they're going to be inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame when the Mariners take on these Royals again in Game 3. To commemorate the occasion, we're giving away a dual bobblehead of this battery to the first 20,000 fans. So get here early, get your collectible, and join us for a special pregame ceremony at 12:30. Get your tickets, Mariners Hall of Fame Day at mariners.com. Brendan Ryan leads up, followed by Ackley and Saunders, 9-1-2. Ryan with a base hit to left and a run scored. That was back in the second inning when he led off. CenturyLink high speed pitch. Guthrie at 96, Bevan at 93. 1-2. Left field, and Gordon puts it away.
Bring up Dustin Ackley. Ackley with a double his last time up out into right center field. So Dustin 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI and a run scored. And that ball he hit out there, Dave, that might have been one of the harder line drives we've seen him hit.
And that's counting some of the balls he hit after he'd been here a couple of weeks last year. He got caught up last June 17th. And remember, he hit, I think a triple. First game, wasn't it? I think a triple.
A number of triples last year.
I think a triple in his first game off the fence out that way. Yeah, you're right. That's unloading.
That's a good sign.
Two and one from Guthrie. He's retired the last 6 men he's faced. Bevan has retired 8 in a row. Oh, there's another one on the barrel. Base hit. Wedge enjoying that. Leadoff man starting to heat up.
Another fastball down in the zone, so he's starting to square the fastball up. That's a good sign. 2 line drives again for Dustin. Dustin last night with a couple of hits, including a double. Tonight, 2 for 3 with a double. That'll bring up Michael Saunders. Michael's 1 for 2. Scored a run, had an infield hit, grounded out to second.
Inside off the plate, ball 1. Mariners in the month of July, a record of 10 and 11. They've hit for an average of 2.14, but the pitching, a stellar ERA of 2.91. Popped it up. Out play. Felix Hernandez will get to see him on Sunday. Franklin Gutierrez, let me try that again. Franklin Gutierrez working back in baseball activities. Headaches have been problematic the last few weeks. To get him out on a rehab assignment before long. Felix with a record of 9-5 at 2.80 ERA. Hosmer goes to Escobar. Back to Hosmer. 3-6, 3 double play. Well turned by Kansas City. They'll do it for the Mariners here in the 4th. They lead 5-1. Mariners here at Safeco Field. Fifth inning coming up. Revisit our AT&T trivia question. How many North American cities have hosted the Summer Olympics? Mike went with 4. Fans went with 4. Survey says you're off just a tick. St. Louis, LA, Mexico City, Montreal, and Atlanta. Atlanta. That's where, Ali? Muhammad Ali.
That's right. I would have never been able to get Montreal.
Well, that's when they had the great boxing. Great American boxing team. Sugar Ray Leonard and that crew. Mike Moustakas leads off. Salvador Perez and Jeff Francoeur, 5, 6, and 7. Evans retired the last 8 men he's faced. And he's ahead of Moustakas, 0-2. Mike popped up to Seager at third base. One and 2. Run on 2 hits for Kansas City. Escobar got a first inning single, raced in a double play. Butler singled to lead off the second, was wild pitch the second and third, scored on the Perez sacrifice fly for their run. That hit him. So Bevan had a 2-2 count and then hits Moustakas.
He's made a couple of mistakes with his breaking ball, throwing some bad ones. You were talking about the wild pitches. That's what he was throwing, and then that pitch right there ahead in the count 1 and 2, and then hits him in the foot with a breaking ball.
We'll bring up Perez, the catcher. Back to the strike. Remember this kid's name. He's going to be around for a long time. 22 years old. Through the hole, base hit.
He's been fooled on 2 pitches and has been able to get the barrel to both of them. Sacrifice fly and then that one. That's a good pitch from Blake. The pitch is down, running away from Perez, and he reaches out and is able to hook it into the hole. Now Blake Bevan's got some issues after what you were talking about, Dave, cruising along.
He's got Francoeur to get right now. Struck him out on a 1-2 pitch. Francoeur 0 for 3 last night. Moustakas at second, Perez at first. Strike 1 to Francoeur. Francoeur leads American League outfielders. He's got 12 assists. Two.
In the American League West, Oakland in Baltimore today beat them 14-9.
Ouch.
Strange. Rangers right now losing at home against the Chicago White Sox. They're in the 9th inning at 7-5.
Francoeur looked at a called third strike. That is strikeout number 4 for Bevan. Second strikeout looking.
Take a look at the last pitch. It's just a fastball on the outside corner. Runs it back on the outside corner. No argument from Francoeur. The Angels to pick up Zach Greinke today. They're winning at home against the Rays. It's 3-1 in the 5th inning.
Irvin Santana's had his problems as you look at Hosmer taking a strike. Figure Greinke moves into his spot.
I think so. I think with that club, you know, they made that deal for a reason. So Santana, it's amazing, isn't it? Last year it seemed like he was unhittable. Tough time this year.
Hosmer fouls one off. 0-2. Hosmer first time up, lined out to Carp. Angels leading at home 3-1 against Tampa Bay right now. Dan Herron on the mound. Swing, miss. Hosmer gone. 5 strikeouts, back-to-back strikeouts here in the 5th.
Blake just climbs the ladder on him. First pitch is in the middle of the zone. Second pitch a little bit higher than that last one, out of the strike zone, and he chases it. Young man looks like he's up there just trying to hit everything. A lot of success last year, but as Alvin Davis was talking about, sophomore slump, it's on Hosmer.
Wonder if they'll do the same thing, maybe send him back to AAA for a couple of weeks, see what happens. There's Chris Getz.
Starting to run out of time. Have that as an option.
True. July 27th. Wells has this play covered. Blake Bevan hit a batter, gives up a base hit, and then goes strikeout looking, strikeout swinging, and a lazy fly ball to left. Nicely done. 5-1 Mariners.
Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax. By Northern Quest Casino, Spokane's newest destination resort. And by your Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Gorgeous night at the ballpark, guys. A little chilly, but if you have a blanket or a coat, you are just fine.
Come prepared. That's it, Jen. Thank you very much. Here's Jesus Montero looking at strike one. Montero, Jaso, and Seager. Mariners with 3 runs in the first inning. John Jaso, 3-run homer. Ackley with an RBI double, and Jaso with a sacrifice fly in the second. To center field. That'll get down. Base hit. Next 4 games are against left-handers as another hit up on the board for the Mariners. Hand-operated scoreboard.
Guthrie able to get inside on Montero as he fights it off back out into center field. Second base hit of the game. He's just wearing them out. I think it was, there you go. Let's see what he's done in 5 games.
Woo-hoo.
632 average, 12 for 19.
Dribbler. Go to second.
Smart play.
Yes, it was. They knew the runner.
12 for 19. That's hard to do in batting practice.
And probably in your wiffle ball games back home.
Not lately, the way I've been pitching.
Oh, you've been serving it up, huh?
The boys have been doing some work on me. Need to work on the slider a little bit more.
Yeah, wiffle ball, you can throw a couple brushbacks.
Oh, I drilled my 15-year-old yesterday. It didn't seem to matter. He shook it off.
Oh, man, used to keep me loose.
It's fun.
Stick one to Seager. Base hit to right and strikeout tonight.
Three pitches for Guthrie, 52 of those strikes. It looked like they were going to run him out of here after a couple of innings, but he's been able to hang around pitching here in the 5th.
Double play helpful in the 4th inning, a 3-6-3 twin killing. That was big. 14,953 on hand here tonight. Strike 3 called. Goodbye to Seager. 2 down. That's the 4th strikeout. Banner Bank building to the future. Carter Capps promoted to Tacoma with Jackson. 50 innings, 40 hits, 19 saves. Look at that. 13 strikeouts for 9. It's 2 walks for 9. My goodness. What time's that ticket to Seattle arrive?
Really? And a chance to see him spring training. I liked his arm then, and I know that we've gotten reports about him throwing 100 miles an hour. Well, I'll tell you, I believe it.
Popped up, playable. Perez has it. Plus, you get Capps and Pryor's working his way back. So that's some pluses for the Mariners. Quiet inning in the 5th, 5-1 Seattle. Here, the 95 slide. Look at this establishment at Harvard and Pike, Capitol Hill. Love the name. Mariner memorabilia all over the place. Collection of the great bobbleheads. A lot of Mariner fans, games on there. Got the great roof deck. Get some city sights. Sit out in a nice temperature like on a night like tonight. And enjoy some good company and watch some baseball.
Good crowd.
Still a live remote from there.
That sounds good.
The whole crew's going, I'm there. Everybody, put your hands down, fellas. Come on. That would be fun. Oh, my goodness. Top of the order, here's Alex Gordon. Gordon tonight, ground out to short and strikeout. Blake Bevan, 5 strikeouts tonight. Giving up a run on 3 hits. A couple of wild pitches, and he's hit a batter, which is way out of character. One of those nights.
He's been efficient. Again, working here in the 6th inning. 60 pitches for him. 48 strikes, just 12 balls thrown by Blake Bevan. 19 batters he's faced, 16 first pitch strikes, and you can see doing a good job of mixing things up. I think he threw his curveball a little bit more in Tampa. Had better command of it in Tampa. Tonight, 65% fastballs for Blake.
Those 2 wild pitches were breaking balls he got away from.
And the one that he hit.
Yeah, that he hit Moustakas.
Moustakas, yes. Hit him in the foot with one.
Be a lot of fun tomorrow. No telecast tomorrow of tomorrow's ball game, but Randy Johnson, Dan Wilson going into the Mariners Hall of Fame, 12:30 induction ceremony. It's a great honor. 2-2. On deck is Alcides Escobar, their shortstop. Swing and a foul tip into Jay So's glove for another strikeout for Bevan. That's half a dozen. We're in the 6th. Here's Jen Mueller.
As we are tracking even closer now the wild card races as we look at one that's happening involving an AL West team. Oakland and Baltimore tonight. The A's trying to stay in that wild card race. Now Oakland was down 6-5 in the 6th inning. Bases loaded for Seth Smith. He clears them all. A 3-run double. The A's take the lead. They end up scoring 6 runs in the top of the 9th. That's how you get that lopsided 14-9 score you guys were talking about earlier.
All right, Jen, thank you. They got 14 runs on 16 hits.
They've done it this year with their pitching. They're number 1 in ERA, but swinging the bats tonight, scoring 14 runs.
Here's your wild card standings. Who'd have thunk it? Stays like that. Be 3 AL West teams in the playoffs. Those 2 as the wild card and the Rangers as division winners. Five RBI night for Seth Smith.
I guess it's fair to say it's a tough division.
Yeah. 0-2.
A lot of talent in this division. A lot of pitching talent. You mentioned Oakland is number 1 in pitching.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting theirs done. Take a look at Texas. They are 4th in ERA. Then Los Angeles is 5th, and the Mariners are 6th.
There you go. Coming on, Sunders makes the catch. Bettman back on another roll. Let's see, in the 5th inning, he hit Moustakas, gave up a base hit to Perez. Now he's retired 5 in a row. That was after, prior to the hit batter, he had retired 8 consecutive hitters. There's Lorenzo Cain, the center fielder, bounced into a double play and flied to center. First pitch strikes. Boy, he is just racking up the number.
Now 18 out of 21 batters. So, he's done 4 ground ball outs, 7 fly ball outs, and then the 6 strikeouts that Dave mentioned.
Oh, good pitch. 80 miles an hour.
We haven't seen a lot of Lorenzo Cain, but he gets his hacks in, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Good looking young player for the Royals.
Royals 4th in batting average, 11th in scoring, 2nd in hits, last in home runs. Deep drive, left center field. The Condor sweeps back to make the catch. Michael Saunders there. 6 in a row retired by Blake Bevan in this 5-1 Seattle lead. Five-1 Mariner lead, Game 2, 4-game set with Kansas City. Right now, let's take a look at the Mariners' calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Saturday and then Sunday will be the final times we see Kansas City for the season, and then Monday through Wednesday we welcome in the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays, 8-3 winners over Detroit up in Ontario earlier this evening. There's Mike Carp, 1-0 pitch. Carp, Figueroa, and Ryan, 7, 8, 9 here in the 6th inning.
And that was a good changeup from Guthrie. That's been the pitch that has kept him around. 87 pitches now, but his changeup is the pitch that he's been effective with.
Moves him off the plate. Time runs and 9 hits, 1 run, 3 hits for Kansas City.
Sorry, Dave. Doug Higgins was happy Perez caught that because that was right in the middle of his face mask.
Pretty well hit, deep right field. Carp has left the building. Just said, see him hit one hard here. Ride one out, he did. We're talking about that between innings. Been muscling a few balls out, going up the middle. Left field. This is a home run for Carp, his 50th of the year, 16th RBI.
He gets an off-speed pitch. It's in the middle of the plate, and Guthrie elevated it for Mike. That's the changeup. One of the few bad ones that Guthrie has thrown, and Mike hits it out of the ballpark. Starting to gain a lot of confidence. Again, 3 hits for him last night. That right there is his 2nd hit tonight. His 6th home run.
2nd Mariner home run, 3-run shot by Jaso in the 1st.
Excuse me, his 5th home run of the year.
Figueroa tonight has struck out looking and swinging. Right here. 1-2. Carlos Figueroa. See if he can follow in the steps of Mr. Carp.
Carlos is going to be doing a lot of work keeping his head in the hitting area. He has a tendency for his head to pull out of there a little bit early, over swinging. figure out, as strong as he is, he doesn't have to cut it loose every time like he has been.
There you go. Deep drive, right field, but it's to the track and friend core. Looked like it had a chance when it jumped off the bat. So Mariners with a run in, 6-1 lead. Hey, and if you follow the Mariners online, you won't want to miss next Wednesday's social media night. Safeco Field for $11. Going to get a ticket to the game against Toronto, a unique Mariners t-shirt, and you're going to be part of an exclusive pre-game event. With Sean Kelly, Lucas Litke, Charlie Ferber, Shannon Gray, and myself, we're all going to be there to talk Mariner baseball and social media. Pick up your tickets at mariners.com/social media. Ryan swings and a miss. Jim Collins.
Yeah, saw him last night. Had a good fastball last night. He was 93, 94 and a curve.
Hosmer can't get there. Six-1 lead for the Mariners. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 here in the sixth.
Mariners with 11 hits in last night's game already. 10 hits here tonight in the 6th inning.
They really have worn out Kansas City pitching. 0-2.
Showed you Tim Collins getting loose, the left-hander for the Royals. The next pitch will be 100 for Guthrie.
$50 hits by the Mariners in that 4-game series recently in Kansas City. A run in, 1 out, and an 0-2 count to Brendan Ryan. Getting saying ball outside. Way upstairs. Ryan keeps the battle alive.
Yep, 10th pitch of this at bat coming up.
With the count full. On deck, Dustin Ackley. Ryan stings one. Field drops down in front. Alex Gordon, a base hit. Second hit for Ryan, 2 for 3.
And that will be it for Guthrie. And Yost, the manager for the Royals, coming out.
And the former manager in Milwaukee making a pitching change, 6-1 Mariners. Let's play our Mariner version of it here Monday. Ichiro morphed from a Mariner into a Yankee. Tuesday, Alex Rodriguez hand broken by Felix Hernandez. Wednesday, in what may be his final game ever here at Safeco Field, Ichiro says goodbye to Area 51. Thursday, a lot of hits. Kansas City in town. Mariners bang out 11 of them. And then here Friday, a couple of home runs. Jaso and Carp. Mariners lead it 6-1.
Numbers for Guthrie tonight: 5 1/3, 11 hits. That's a lot of hits in 5 1/3. 6 runs, 5 of them are earned. He didn't walk anybody. 4 strikeouts, 105 pitches, 68 of those for strikes.
Tim Collins, new pitcher. Ground ball to Getz. There's one to Escobar. Hosmer for 2. One pitch, a double play. That'll do it for the Mariners. Here in the 6th, 7th inning, straight ahead, 6-1 Seattle.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Ford. We are local. And by Widmer Brothers Brewing, craft brewing in Portland, Oregon since 1984. A gorgeous night at Safeco Field, a little on the cool side, but you know what? If you've got a blanket and some supplies, you are in good shape, especially when you take a look at the score, guys. 6-1, Mariners lead, top of the 7th.
Mariners happy to have Kansas City in town. Billy Butler's going to lead it off. Mariners beat Kansas City 3 out of 4 back in the Great Midwest earlier this month. Butler, Moustakas, and Perez 4, 5, and 6. Billy Butler base hit to left in the 2nd and struck out looking in the 4th. Look out. Woo. More tough I get a barrel to it.
Did that leave the stadium?
I think it did. Good grief.
Looked like it bounced over the tracks up there.
Oh, man. 1 and 2 to Butler. Not surprisingly, worked away from him on that pitch. Look at this. Left side. Bounced off the deck there. Bounced up to the next level. Man, oh man, that thing really hit. That is just foul.
Good hitter. Hitting an even 300, an even 20 home runs on the year, 62 RBIs for Butler.
Outside, Blake angry with himself. With the full count. Playing straight away and deep. 3-2 pitch. Warming up.
Saw Kelvin Herrera. Yeah, we saw him in Kansas City. The upper 90s.
They had 3-4 guys that were doing upper 90s when we were in Kansas City. Harris guy was rushing up there pretty good. 3-2.
Watch yourself.
That's exactly what it was. Screamer. Butler 2 for 3 tonight. And was 2 for 3 last night. A couple of doubles last evening.
This is on a 3-2 breaking ball. Blake leaves it in the middle of the plate and he hits it hard back up the middle.
What good form. 4th hit for Kansas City. Their run coming on a sacrifice fly. 2nd inning by their catcher Salvador Perez. Breaking ball for a strike. Mariners have turned 1 double play. Kansas City's turned 2. He's got a couple of fastballs. Well, swing and misses that have been very impressive.
Well, that last pitch was right in the middle of the plate. Blake was able to throw it by him.
Do it again at 0-2. John Jaso 3-run homer in the first. Ackley an RBI double in the second, followed by a Jaso sacrifice fly, and then a home run by Mike Karp in the 6th, accounting for the Mariner runs. Stockus popped third and hit by a pitch tonight. Count remains at 1-2.
First 2 Royals hitters grinding out some at bats against Blake. Blake had been cruising along, but they're making it work here. Butler with a base hit after working a 3-2 count and fouling a number of pitches off. And Stockus, even though it's a 1-2, he's got his 6th pitch of this at bat coming up.
See if Blake can keep him on the downtrend. Stockus 3 for his last 18.
Kind of at bats that drive a pitcher nuts.
Oh, make quality pitches.
Keep fouling them off,
So we saw Michael, was it Michael Young one time? Texas was in here, what, 12-13 pitch at bat?
We've already seen Brendan Ryan tonight, 12 pitch at bat, and he ended up getting a base hit out of the deal.
Jose Lopez a couple of years ago, 16 pitch at bat. Another foul ball.
The 8th pitch of this at bat coming up. So they're basically pushing Blake's pitch count, which was in great shape, pushing it up. This next pitch will be 88 for Blake.
No action in the Mariner bullpen. Just Oliver Perez stretching. High fly ball. Right field. Peguero thought he had it. Saunders there to bail him out.
No, I think both Saunders and Peguero lost it for a second. They both had their arms out as if they couldn't see it, and then Saunders finally picked it up.
Kind of gloaming right now. You got that plus the lights.
You can see Saunders right there with the whistle, pointing to the infielders to let them know, point to where the ball is. We take a look at the starters on Sunday. Will Smith, Mariners were able to see him in Kansas City, and Felix will go.
Will Smith had just been called up last week when we'd seen him. Salvador Perez, sacrifice fly to right field in the second, base hit to left in the fifth. Bevan behind. Perez 3-0. Lucas Litke's now up. Lost his feel. Runners at first and second. One out. His first walk issued by Bevan. Here comes Carl Willis, pitching coach. Quick chat with Blake. It's Seattle's best dinner and a show special. It's a Safeco Insurance Grand Slam family package. Next event is set for Wednesday, August 1st against the Blue Jays. You're going to get a hot dog, a Pepsi, and a ticket to see Felix Montero and the Mariners for as low as $15 a seat. For complete details, go to mariners.com/specials.
"20 pitches in this inning from Blake's first inning, where he's really had to work hard. Number of foul balls in the inning for him. He's still throwing strikes up until that last batter with Perez, and so Carl Willis buying some time for Lucas Litke to get ready. Frank Gore coming to the plate, and then a couple of left-handers in Hosmer and Getz.
When Bevan ended the sixth inning, he had retired 16 of the 18 men he'd faced. Here in this inning, the seventh, base hit the center, fly out and a walk. He's had Francoeur's number, strikeout swinging and one looking. Center field for Saunders. 2 outs. Check in and get the ask the booth question. Ask Mike, what's your favorite big unit memory?
Wow, there's a lot of them. I would say my favorite probably is when he came in relief in Game 5 of that playoff series against the Yankees.
Yeah.
When he came in, the Kingdome just erupted when Randy came out of the bullpen.
Eric Wedge coming out to get Blake Bevan with Eric Hosmer, the left-handed hitter, coming to bat. So Bevan goes 6 2/3. He's going to leave with a 6-1 lead, having given up a run on 4 hits, struck out 6 and walked 1. Lucas Litke coming in. Got to put a capper on the 7th inning. Good night offensively for the Mariners, and Blake Bevan did some nice work, Mike, for 6 2/3 innings.
93 pitches for Blake. A lot of strikes tonight. 69 strikes. Gave up just 4 hits, 1 walk for Blake. 6 strikeouts in the game. But again, had to work hard in this inning, throwing over 20 pitches. So they will hand the ball off to Lucas Litke. Litke's numbers on the year: a 1.98 ERA for Lucas. Opponent's average just 1.96. Has really pitched well. 27 strikeouts in the 27 and a third innings he has pitched.
First pitch strike to Hosmer. Hosmer lined out first base and struck out tonight. Litke pitched in that finale against the Yankees Wednesday afternoon. Third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs.
Sean Kelly starting to throw in the bullpen. Josh Kinney. Josh Kinney getting loose.
1-2 pitch. 2-2. Litke has really made a name for himself coming out of the pen. The Mariners breaking ball, made him roll over on it. Karp takes care of it. Litke does the job, puts it close to the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left for Kansas City. 6-1 lead for the Mariners.
The Mariners' 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass, always in moderation, to life, love, and loot. And if you're in the Capitol Hill neighborhood in Seattle at the corner of Harvard and Pike, check out 95 Slide. Take a look at the rooftop bar. Fans appearing to watch Mariners baseball there. And guys, I got to say, when you are in Seattle in the summer, it is good to have a few rooftop locations planned out. Really soak in all of the sun and the warmth.
And you are right on the money with that. Thank you, Jen. Bartender with an old school Mariners jersey. Bottom of the 7th, Mariners game 2 with this set with the Kansas City Royals. Lead it on a count of 6-1. Kelvin Herrera, we saw him pumping some heat in last week.
46 strikeouts for him in 50 innings that he has pitched. Only 11 walks for Kelvin. Good ERA at 2.70. Yeah, if he was throwing a lot of fastballs, and again, they were upwards of 98, 99 miles an hour.
third pitcher tonight for Kansas City. Tim Collins came in and threw a double play ball to get out of the sixth. Strike one. There's your 98.
He'll get loose in a minute, Dave.
Saunders with an infield hit, a ground out, and bounced into a double play. Just got a piece of that one. Saunders broken 0 for 8 with that first inning base hit.
There you go.
Break.
100.
Big red numbers. No scoring since the second inning. Serious heat at 99. One out.
For Montero, I want to go with the no strike and shorten that swing up a little bit.
Safety advisory.
Just give yourself a chance. 100 miles an hour.
Who's the first guy hit triple digits against you?
Probably Troy Percival. His first
The
couple
Angels.
of years he was throwing in that area. He was scary too because he'd always squint trying to pick up the sign.
Never a good thing.
No. Then like Wilhelmsen, all of a sudden he came up with a curveball.
That was lights out.
Yeah.
Willie May story about Bob Veal, who's supposed close to 100, taking off the glass. I'll pitch without. No. Put them on. Put them back. That's okay. I'm having a hard enough time with you having with the glasses on.
They were fogging up or something,
yeah,
right?
Right. They were fogging up. No. Put them back on. Take your time. We'll let you wipe them off.
Yeah. Here's a handkerchief if you need one.
0-2. Broken bat. Fly ball left field. Gordon puts it away. You gotta believe if you went on YouTube, you could find some video of Bob Veal. That was a nasty left hit. Threw very hard for the Pirates in the mid to late 60s into the 70s.
Effectively wild, was it?
Yeah, good pitch.
John Jaso getting the Mariners on the board in the first inning with this home run, a 3-run home run for Jaso. His 5th home run of the season.
1-1. Got a sacrifice fly in the second inning, so he's driven in 4 of the 6 Mariner runs. Boy, that bat shattered. Goes down right on the bag. How about that? Boy, oh boy. Herrera can really throw. He just punished a few bats here. 6-1 Mariners.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Mariners 6-1 over the Kansas City Royals. This is game 2 of a 4-game weekend set. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. No scoring since the second inning. Well, just one run. I beg your pardon. In the 6th inning, there was a run, the home run by Carp. It's not a lot of offense. Swing and a tip off the bat of Getz. Lucas Litke came in to get the final out of the 7th inning.
You just end to pitch to the first 2 left-handers, then you end up with 3 righties in a row. Escobar, Kane, and Butler after Gordon, the leadoff hitter, is waiting on deck.
22. Jets, Gordon, Escobar, 9-1-2. Carp takes care of it. And win the race. That's barely. Let's check it with Jen Mueller.
Well, guys, in the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates definitely buyers. The Houston Astros, they've already traded away just about every veteran on the team. Those 2 teams going at it tonight. Game tied in the 9th inning at 5. Rod Barajas at the plate. The play at the plate is close on the wild pitch. That is the game winner for the Pirates. 6-5 the final. And Dave, that ties a team-high 11th straight loss for the Astros. That is tough for this Houston girl to say.
You'll get to see plenty of Houston starting next year. Look where the Pirates are with Atlanta. Right now sitting in the wild card seats, being pursued by a whole bunch of teams. Marcos Scudero just went from the Rockies to the Giants.
Good veteran player.
One Alex Gordon. No play for Singer. Some of the atmospherics that are taking place above Seattle. Planning some golf tomorrow. Hopefully that is probably an indicator it's not going to be 100% clear, but I know everybody will brave the conditions tomorrow. Two and two. Lucas Litke, 5 pick going against Alex Gordon. Made himself into a nice player. High draft choice a few years ago. 3rd baseman. Stint in the minors, comes back. Made himself into an outstanding big league player. Drops his bat on that swing.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it. He's been playing 3rd his whole life. They moved him to left field and he wins a Gold Glove right away. That's impressive. Tell you what kind of athlete he is.
Got 7 assists this season.
And more importantly, for whatever reason, it seems to have gotten him going offensively.
He's their best player across the board. It's fouled off. Leads the club in bats, runs, hits, total bases, doubles, walks, and strikeouts. A valuable part of what they do.
Talk about players dealing with pressures. Here he is. 1st round pick, gets to the big leagues right away, and as soon as he shows up, what do? Compare him to George Brett.
And Jaso holds on to the foul tip. Lucas Litke with his first strikeout. 2 outs here in the 8th.
I'll bring out Eric Wedge. So he'll go to Kenny.
Alex Gordon K's for the 2nd time in a row that he's fouled the ball into the glove of John Jaso. Another effective outing by Lucas Litke, which is an inning of work. There's 2 down when we come back. 6-1 Mariners.
premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Sterling Bank. Life is about the good stuff. Your bank should be too. Visit our new website at bankwithsterling.com. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. I don't know if it's possible for the guys in the pen to have any more fun, especially with the way this game is going here late in the game. Guys?
All right, Jen, thank you. Mariner pitching's been very effective, and the bullpen's been very good.
Brings us Josh Kinney out of the pen. He's pitched well since being called up from Tacoma.
Fouled off by Escobar, who's 1 for 3 tonight.
Josh, fastball, feature fastball at 91 miles an hour, uses a slider and a curveball.
So Nissan shift to the bullpen.
Bring us Josh Kinney. 2.70 ERA for Josh. 8 strikeouts and 6 2/3. Opponent's average just 130.
Got that funky delivery for right-handers, especially first time you're seeing him.
Yeah, he kind of jumps at you. Expecting 95 miles an hour, and he'll drop that slider in there at 83. Throw your timing off.
1-2. Stayed with it. Did he go? Yes, he did. Escobar gone. Nice work by Josh Kinney. Bottom 8 coming up. And in that home 8, we're going to see Kyle Seager, Casper Wells, and Mike Karp. Mariners lead it by the score of 6-1. Be sure to check out the all-new Root Sports Game Connect, an interactive second screen experience. Brings fans closer to the game. Live stats, trends, and analysis. Root Sports Game Connect. Connect now at rootsports.com.
For the Royals, Lewis Coleman will come into the game. A 4.55 ERA for him. 37 strikeouts, 19 walks. Opponent's average 214. He's given up 7 home runs this year. His first batter will be Kyle Seager. Kyle tonight, 1 for 3. A single his first time up, and then it struck out a couple of times. This will be a fly ball to center.
Kane's going to take care of that. Quick one out. Lewis Coleman in Kansas City. Brendan Leake's going to get a chance to throw the 9th inning.
See Tom Wilhelmsen not have to pitch. He's been pitching a lot lately. As effective as he's been, starting to rack up some innings.
So he'll look like he'll probably get the night off where the score is and Brandon getting loose.
Well earned night
Yes.
off. Wells tonight 0 for 3 behind here. One and two to Wells. Foul.
Never liked hitting off of these kind of guys. Sidearmers like
don't
that.
imagine you did. And you had an open stance, even with an open stance, right, where you're attacking towards.
Yeah, I'm still you're diving back in
right,
there.
Exactly.
But just the angles are different. Typically, they're not overpowering pitchers, but just to try to square them up is always difficult.
Casper would vouch for that. 2 outs.
See if Mike Karp can add to his night. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. We'll have a better look at Coleman hitting from the left side of the plate.
Fastball for strike one.
Mike has raised his average almost 40 points over the last 2 days.
No, he's thrilled too.
Yeah. 3 hits last night, a couple hits tonight.
Healthy, back playing. Pops this one up. Coming in, third baseman Moustakis. Coleman throws a 1-2-3-8. Here we go to the 9th. BLT here, 6-1, non-safe situation. Mariners with the chance to put it in lockdown.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Welcome back, everybody. 6-1 Mariners, top of the 9th. Brandon League takes over. And at the bottom of your screen, we are asking for a nickname for John Jaso. All he's done is come up with a bunch of big hits all season. And that's certainly been a terrific surprise. We thought he was just going to be a guy catch every now and then. You'd see him once in a while. Turned out he's a leading hitter on the ball club.
Spring training, we were figuring out what he was going to do at all.
Yeah, that's right. Remember, he didn't hit the last 3 days.
Well, it wasn't just that either. You had Oliva, who was the incumbent.
Right.
You bring over in the trade Montero. You figure those two are going to split time behind the plate. What's John going to do? And as you mentioned, leading the club in hitting now, and has come up with some big base hits to win games.
Driven in 4 of the 6 runs. Here's League.
ERA under 3 at a 2.98 for Brandon. Opponent's average 270. League still has the good fastball. He'll be in the mid to upper 90s with it. The split is the pitch that hasn't been consistent for him this year.
2-0 to Kane, back with a strike. Kane, Butler, and Moustakas 3, 4, and 5 for Kansas City. Ryan charges, gets a nice hop. 1 out. If you're hitting the road outside the Northwest, take the Mariners with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv to see the Mariners live on your favorite devices in HD quality. Or visit Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Always stuff Billy Butler, 2-hit night, 2 for 3. Scored the only Kansas City run. In the second inning, got a base hit to left, a couple of wild pitches, got in the third, and he scored on the sac fly by Perez. League starts off 2-0 with Butler. Home runs tonight, Carp and Jaso. Jaso's driven in 4 runs. Ackley with an RBI double. Seattle scores. There's a strike. Two and one. Moustakas on deck. (3-1) to Butler. It's the outside corner, 3-2.
It's a good fastball at 97 miles an hour on the outside corner. Butler looked like he was stepping in the bucket a little bit, looking for something middle in.
Rack. Kansas City's run coming in the second inning. Butler scoring. That's it. Mariners won last night 4-1, holding the Royals 2 hits. 3-2 pitch to Butler. Right back to his glove. Doesn't get any better than that. Room service, 2 down.
Had him played perfectly. Ackley was right there, playing up the middle, expecting Butler to hit it in that spot.
Friday night, turning into a little party out there with the folks. There's Moustakas. 0 for 2, hit by a pitch. Back in the 5th.
Trying to use this split here with a couple of right-handed hitters starting the inning off. He stayed with his fastball and slider.
Nice to use the split against lefties. That was a first pitch fastball to Moustakis.
Mariners banging out 11 hits tonight. Swing and a miss. Big way out in front, 0-2.
Good pitch. Like a good split from Brandon.
Strike away from victory. He's got the sign. He's got an 0-2 pitch coming here to Moustakis. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's your ball game. Mariners win it 6-1. And you know what? That gives them, the Mariners, the season series against Kansas City. 5-1 with 2 games to play. First time since 2007 they've taken a season series from Kansas City. And it evens the Mariners record here in the month of July to 11-11.
Good day for the Mariners organization, starting with the luncheon today for Randy and Dan. They'll be inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame tomorrow afternoon. Then the Mariners come out. Blake Bevan pitched well, giving up just the 1 run. And then the offense, of course, getting on track, starting with John Jaso. Did a good job behind the plate, including his 3-run home run. But the Mariners scoring runs early again seems to be a real key for their success.
Well, they're just wearing out Kansas City pitching. Good final here. 6-1 Mariners. Let's send you out to Brad and Dave Valley.
Boy, back-to-back games, Val.